Sterling Global's executive boardroom, was filled with powerful investors and senior executives preparing for the company's biggest annual meeting. Outside the conference room, Daniel Sterling, a humble maintenance worker in a gray work uniform with an ID badge, quietly polished the marble floor and repaired a faulty light fixture. Most executives barely noticed him. While a few mocked him for being in the wrong place, Daniel never argued. He simply smiled and continued working. Moments before the meeting began, Eleanor Sterling, the elegant silver-haired CEO dressed in a black business suit, unexpectedly walked into the hallway. She looked directly at Daniel and calmly said, "Come with me." Confused executives watched as she escorted the maintenance worker into the luxurious boardroom. The room fell silent. Nobody understood why the CEO had brought a janitor into a meeting worth billions of dollars. Then Eleanor faced the board, placed her hand on Daniel's shoulder, and announced, "Meet my son, Daniel Sterling." Gasps echoed throughout the room as every executive stared in complete disbelief. The chairman nearly dropped his papers, while several board members whispered that it had to be a joke. Eleanor explained that years earlier, after her husband died, she had secretly sent Daniel away to live an ordinary life under another surname to protect him from kidnapping threats aimed at the Sterling family. Daniel had chosen to return years later, not as an executive, but as a maintenance worker, because he wanted to understand how employees at every level were treated. For 6 months he repaired equipment, cleaned offices, and listened to conversations without revealing his identity. He witnessed hardworking employees being ignored while some executives abused their authority. Every report Daniel secretly prepared was now in Eleanor's hands. The room grew silent as the executives realized the quiet maintenance worker had seen everything. Eleanor projected Daniel's findings onto the large boardroom screen. His reports exposed dishonest managers, unfair promotions, wasted company money, and disrespect toward ordinary workers. The executives who had mocked Daniel lowered their heads in shame. One senior vice president admitted he had judged Daniel based only on his uniform. Eleanor announced immediate leadership changes, removing those who had violated the company's values. She then revealed that Daniel had graduated from one of the world's top business schools but chose to earn respect through hard work, rather than family privilege. The board members rose to their feet and applauded as Daniel thanked every cleaner, receptionist, security guard, and technician who had treated him with kindness during his undercover months. Chapter 4. Respect is earned, not inherited. Weeks later, Sterling Global became a completely different company. Every employee, regardless of position, was treated with dignity and respect. Daniel refused a luxurious executive office and instead worked alongside employees throughout the company, listening to their ideas and solving problems together. Productivity increased, employee morale reached record highs, and Sterling Global became known as one of the best workplaces in the country. During the next annual meeting, Daniel stood beside his mother not as the CEO's son, but as a leader who had earned everyone's trust through humility and integrity. Eleanor smiled proudly and reminded the board, "Never judge a person's value by the clothes they wear. Character will always matter more than status." The room erupted into applause, and no one ever underestimated a maintenance worker again.